Welcome to your training video. Buckle up and let's get started. We're glad to have you as part of the Allegiance Nursing team. It's you we're counting on. To make a good impression, we require good grooming habits, professional attire, good manners, and always treating our clients with respect. If you ever have questions or suggestions or need supervisory assistance, please call the office. Remember, employment is at will. The employer and the employee have the right to terminate employment at any time. Sound confusing? Don't panic. You'll also be given an employee handbook which will go into more depth on these guidelines. You'll start with a 90-day probationary period. The point of this is for both you and the office staff to determine that you are able to perform the duties of the job satisfactorily. After the probation period and 100 hours of work, you'll have a performance evaluation. Allegiance Nursing does not guarantee a specific number of hours. It is your job to maintain confidentiality at home, in the home, and around the home. It is your job to make sure you know what information is on the service plan. The service plan contains the client's name, address, and other crucial information. You should read driving directions prior to your shift. All of our directions start from our office. And if it helps, take a test drive. A dress code is individualized for each client. Perfume, open-toed shoes, and long nails are a no, and you must always carry your Allegiance ID. Smoking on the job is only permissible if the client says it's okay. Make sure you follow these restrictions. It is your job to make sure you know what care is on the service plan before going into a client's home. Call the RN manager immediately if you feel you cannot complete the tasks listed on the service plan for any reason. It is your responsibility to get the verbal report from a nurse manager before your first shift with any client. This is important. It's what to do in the event of an emergency. In the event of a full code, call 911. Then do CPR if necessary. If the patient is a DNR, do not do CPR. We know this is a lot. Take a break, take a breath, and hit pause if you need it. Otherwise, let's keep going. When arriving at a client's home, all HHAs must clock in using the client's home phone. If a client's home phone is not working for any reason, you must call the office on your cell phone immediately and let the scheduler know that you are at the client's home and why you were unable to clock in. The task ID numbers on the care plan must correspond with our phone documentation system. All routine scheduling is done during our regular office hours. We are available 24 hours a day for emergencies. All employees must have reliable transportation and a working telephone. Employees must communicate their availability to the office staff. Employees must consider each assignment carefully before accepting it or declining it. When an employee accepts an assignment, we expect the employee to fulfill that commitment. Occasionally, an employee may be unable to complete an assignment due to illness or urgent family crisis. The employee must call the office immediately. You must talk directly to a staff member rather than our answering service. Pay period begins on Monday at 7 a.m. You're paid weekly on Friday after the last full pay period. Don't forget to call in your hours. No call, no pay. If a client or their family dismisses you before the end of your shift, you are responsible to call the office before leaving so the nurses can discuss billing policies. You are only to work the hours you are scheduled. If you've got questions, call the office. You must write an HHA note if corrections to the phone system scheduler are necessary. You may pick up your check at the office on Friday between 9 a.m. and 3:45 p.m. After 4 p.m., all the checks will be mailed. If you're planning on sending a person to pick up your check, you must notify the office by phone. Overtime, or time and a half, is paid to an employee that works over 40 hours in a 7-day period. You'll also be paid time and a half for these holidays. When an employee reports for an assignment and is unable to work through no fault of their own, they should call the scheduling coordinator immediately. For a scheduled 8-hour shift, the employee will receive 2 hours of pay. Certified nursing assistants and home health aides must complete 12 hours of training annually in order to maintain their certification. Allegiance Nursing employees are insured against loss of income and employment due to an on-the-job injury. If you're injured while working, you must notify the office immediately. If you call in sick, you must provide a doctor's release note to the office staff before returning to work. Employees may not be absent or tardy more than 2 times per month for any reason. Employees must report to work in a fit condition to perform their duties. Being under the influence of drugs or alcohol is not acceptable. Thinking about quitting? You must submit a written resignation 2 weeks prior to the effective date. If you choose to resign or are terminated, you must return your Allegiance ID badge immediately. Violation of a policy or standard may result in disciplinary action or termination. Take a minute to read a list of potential violations. An employee who disagrees with the disciplinary action has the right to appeal the decision or action. We understand employees need to occasionally accept work outside the agency. We expect you to report to your assignment refreshed and ready to fulfill your duties. Allegiance Nursing expects you to keep confidential any information regarding our agency and our clients. There are a couple more things you just can't do. Do not solicit money from our clients. Do not accept money from our clients. And do not accept any gifts from our clients. Do not assist the patients with financial matters such as paying bills or writing checks. In this state, it is illegal for anyone other than licensed professionals to administer medications or injection. Do not discuss matters relating to a client's last will and testament with the client or anyone. Do not accept keys, do not bring unauthorized individuals into a client's home, and never drive a client in your car. Let's talk about cell phones. Take a second to read these really important rules. Never give out a client's cell phone number. Never give out your phone number. Do not make a call to a client's family member, doctor, or emergency contact. Call the office first. Do not call the office staff on their cell phones. Always call the office first. If you are required in the course of your duties to make a purchase for the client and the client provides you with cash for these purchases, you must obtain receipts to account for all of the money spent. You must return these receipts to the client. While dealing with cash is okay, do not use the client's credit or charge privileges for any purpose. You are to perform only the duties or provide only the care included in your job description or designated in the service plan for the client to whom you are assigned. If you must leave a client's home during your scheduled shift, notify the office first. Immediately call the office for any incident involving yourself or the client. While it may look delicious, do not eat the client's food. Please provide your own food while working. Remember, to be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late, and to be late is unacceptable. If you're going to be late, call the office so we can provide coverage. All scheduling is done through the office. Do not alter any schedule without first notifying us. To find coverage, we require 6 hours notice for a shift cancellation. While it may seem obvious, you are never allowed to sleep on the job. Do not discuss your personal problems with the client or their family, and do not discuss your hourly wage with any client. Let's talk about universal precautions. Your responsibility is to notify staff if the gloves, paper towels, or soap at a client's home is running low. You must carry enough gloves for your shift. Congratulations, you did it. You've made it through the training video. Don't forget, there is a lot more information inside the training handbook. We hope you are just as excited to be a part of our team as we are to have you. Now's a great time to ask any questions.
Created using Powtoon.